This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is probably one of the best games I've played this year. DisHonored is just a delight to play. Everyone will get a different experience depending on whether you spare people or, like me, slaughter every fucking atom in your way. Its visuals are quite different to most out there today. Where most of them focus on realistic looking graphics and environments, DisHonored goes for a more oil painting look. The colour contrast is brilliant, and you'll find yourself stopping sometimes just to look in surprise at the landscapes. The characters and weapons also reminded me heavily of the original Fables, oversized hands and feet. It was a particular style that not many games of today go for, but it works very well here. The story of DisHonored is one of the best I've had in a game recently. While it's fairly straightforward, set in the city of Dunwell, which is affected by a horrid plague carried through rats, you are Corvo Atano, bodyguard to the Empress of the Empire Isles, Jessamine Caldwin. She is assassinated by an unknown individual and you're blamed for her death and the kidnapping of her daughter, Emily. You soon learn that it was a group of lords under her command that wanted to get rid of her and framed you. Corvo then breaks out of jail, and with the help of some loyalists who believe Corvo is innocent, you go about extracting your revenge and rescuing Emily. But I'm glossing over the details. The plot takes a much more complex turn, and it's amazing. I really want to talk about how good the plot gets, but I'll be spoiling the fun for you. This game has one of the best plots in a Bethesda game. The choices you make throughout the game really do affect the story, and changes how it ends, and how other characters reacted to you. Hell, one character hated what I'd become so much, he tried to warn the guards I was coming, which in turn left me no choice but to kill him, and the epilogue showed me standing over his grave. Real choices that matter, that showed in an epilogue. Yes, this game has closure, a bit unlike something recently. The gameplay in DisHonored is great. There's a variety of ways to approach a level, and how you deal with it really does affect the game. For example, I slaughtered everyone in my way, which resulted in there being a high level of security in some levels, and more rats. Oh, and the combat is brilliant. It's a refined and improved version of Skyrim's, but it can get quite tense at times. As I said, the graphics have a unique look to them, and personally I think it looks very good, and the game wouldn't have worked as well with the usual graphics. The whole game style is just brilliant. To quote IGN, like a painting in motion. Shortly after you begin to play, you obtain supernatural powers. The first you receive is Blink, which is basically a short-range teleporting device, which is very helpful for stealth and reaching high locations if you choose to infiltrate a location from above. Yes, you get to choose how you tackle missions that well. It's great. Anyway, you're also given an actual heart, which, when equipped, can detect the location of runes and bone charms. Basically, runes allow you to purchase and upgrade your powers. The higher the rank or better power, the more runes needed, and each bone charm contains a random perk, such as increased strength or increased agility. You can only have a few bone charms equipped, but you can even buy an upgrade for that to equip even more. Any bone charms that you can't equip just stays in your inventory. You can also purchase upgrades for your weapons and masks, such as crossbow accuracy, musket ammo capacity, and you can buy an upgrade for your mask. You can even zoom in. There's lots to buy and upgrade. A good RPG experience. The voice acting in DisHonored is good, but nothing spectacular. It isn't a dialogue focused game, but it doesn't mean the voice acting is bad, just nothing on Mass Effect, Assassin's Creed, or Deus Ex Human Revolution's level. The best dialogue is the conversations between the guards. I'd sometimes deliberately eavesdrop on them, not only because they'd help with the mission, but they were quite entertaining. Yep, eavesdropping is a choice, unlike some games, but it's also rewarded. The soundtrack is fairly good, but again, nothing amazing such as Mass Effect, The Elder Scrolls, or Deus Ex is, but it's good. The music during combat is very good, adding to the tension. The only two tracks worth mentioning is The Drunken Whaler and Honor for All. You'd think I'd be hard pressed to find flaws in what I've just described. Well, you'd be wrong. Controls don't always respond properly, and I found my guy leaping to his death by accident when all I wanted to do was jump onto an object, not take a flying lesson. The guard AI can also be at times stupid, but this is rare. For the most part, I found the enemy AIs alarmingly good, keeping me on my toes, which is especially surprising that the company that made this made the game that is the magnificent, if not riddled with bugs and terrible AI, Oblivion. You didn't get to make many dialogue choices, as I said. It wasn't very dialogue based, but most choices you were prompted with were quite serious ones that had serious consequences. Aside from this, there weren't too many glitches in the game, which is more than can be said for Assassin's Creed 3. In conclusion, DisHonored is a masterpiece, a brilliantly crafted game with an excellent plot and brilliant gameplay mechanics. My only glaring problem is that it wasn't the longest of games, and the pacing could be a little bit off in some places, but still, go out and buy this game if you haven't already. It's fantastic. For this, I'm going to give DisHonored a 9 out of 10.